Hi and welcome back to the probably last episode of my solo playthrough of In the Heart of Darkness. Why am I saying this? Originally I really thought we had a lot of time. One tiny little thing I forgot is as soon as you are successfully calling the rescue boat, you have to set the darkness track to 5. And in the meantime, I believe we lost another gate, so it should be already at 6, which either means I have to rush things like crazy, or we are losing the game if the darkness track advances 2 more steps. So as soon as we would be moving off the scale here, we immediately lost the game. There was a minor little thing in respect. I think this last spawning card here, where I brought out this Devourer, I think I should have done something like this at the Abandoned Hut, but this would have been a normal crawl. I'm not really sure if this is now better for me or not, or if I punished myself that I'm not taking things back at this point in time. I think it doesn't really matter too much in the end. So we have still the Guardian out, which we can't really fight unless we are, I think, doing a Ritual of Command or so, which we don't have. So things look rather grim, and this video might be a relatively short one. Let's put it like this. And yeah, I think with that being said, we should be pretty much good to go. Before I forget, a huge shout out to all of my patrons and channel members. You guys are truly amazing. Really appreciate all your support. And with that off the shelf, I think we can get back to the game. So we will spawn twice actually, and now I will basically do it right. So we are spawning down here at the old manor, and this is another of these crawlers. The old manor is down here, I think 2 steps away from the Heart of Darkness. Yeah, I think this game might be over relatively soon. And now I think this is something you have to keep in mind, that maybe it's not the best idea that you are calling the lifeboat as your first task. I think if we would have completed 1 quest in the meantime, I would feel at least somewhat confident. Now with getting 2 quests out, and in order to get this quest I would really have to achieve a lot of stuff, and we have this crawler up here who's moving in the Heart of Darkness. So yeah, maybe you really should focus on quests first, and then maybe also a little bit on these, what are those called? I think these were radio parts, right? So I think that's definitely a lesson learned, but we are not done yet. That's basically what I'm trying to say. We have to spawn another crawler at the village here. And that's 1, 2, 3 spaces away from the Heart of Darkness. Okay, at least no more events. These are really gruesome. And now I have to really take a minute off camera to think about what I should be doing. I believe one thing I have to do is to move Vince up here to the military complex in order to get rid of that crawler. In order to get there, we really have to spend an awful lot of our movement or action points, basically. If these 2 fellas would be reversed, so basically their position switched, I think we would be in an okay shape. Not great, but in an okay shape now, because he needs to go down actually in order to activate, what was it? I think it was the Map of Secrets, exactly. We still didn't find the dynamite, by the way. We still have the opportunism, so again we will start with Vince. We will tap the opportunism, which allows us for 1 action point to move 2 spaces. So that's not too bad. 1 and 2, we are moving into the old manor. Again, we are not losing anything if we are moving into a space with a monster or a creature. Then we need 1, 2, 3 more actions to move up here. Now if you're really rolling not great, yeah. Then yeah, we are really in a dire situation. We still have the pistol with us, which means we get to roll 3 dice. Yep. Okay, that's the 1 hit we needed. I take it for now. I still think it's okay. We are not getting hit by anyone. No, I think this wasn't okay, but this was the last action for Vince this round. Really a little bit wasteful, but I still think it was worth it and important, of course. Up next is the priest, John Preston, and on his way down to the stranded ship somewhere down here, we might try to get rid of this crawler here at the old manor. Let's try that. So we have 2 more actions, 5 more actions basically. With 2, we are moving 1, 2. We are initiating combat with 1. We are unfortunately only rolling 1 die here. So let's really hope for the best. Yes, of course, this was not good enough. Then we are spending our remaining 2 movement points to move here to the stranded ship, and there we will begin our very first quest, the Map of Secrets. Reveal and discard a quest card from your hand at the stranded ship to place this in front of you. So we are discarding this quest here in order to place this, I don't know, in front of us. I will put it on top of him so we know it's no longer in our hand. That's important because this way it doesn't count towards our hand limit. The problem is these were all our actions. And now what do we need to do? If you are at the old mine and have, okay, we you must be joking. So from down here we need to move up here, and basically in between we have to cast 2 rituals. I think it doesn't need to be successfully actually, right? Successfully played at least 2 rituals this turn. We don't have to do that on our way here, but of course we need to do that basically at the same time. 2 at the same round, and then we have to be here. So if we're casting 2 rituals here at the old mine, then we are golden. But yeah, for him it's good because he has the highest sanity value, so the chances are not terrible, but it's still not easy. We don't have any rituals on him. The only one we have is currently with Winds here, and right now I don't really know how to hand this one over, but we also have to loot, and in theory we could loot now because we are here at a loot location. The problem is I think I would be moving 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. I think I would be moving this fella, and then right again he would move again into the Heart of Darkness, so we would lose that. So I think we can't really afford that, so we have to call it around, and oof, this is really brutal. This is so brutal. But yeah, let's move some creatures. Again, we are starting with the Guardian. Then we are moving, I think this guy moving down here, and I think this guy will move over here. Again, they will go after us. This will go in here. I think there can be 2 of the different enemies on the board, and I think I get to choose who I'm attacking if I go in there. But right now I can't really do damage to the Guardian. And yeah, this fella will move here to the southern tunnel. So in theory, we only need to deal with that guy next round. Of course, we don't know what's coming out. There might be event cards that are moving these fellas. I'm toast anyway, right? I haven't really checked those out. I know some of them, but not all of them. So let's see how things go from here. But that's basically the end of the round. Indeed, let's go into the next round. We are spawning another crawler at the village. Yeah, they're now much closer. When you're going to the basically bottom tier of these cards. And the second card is the Old Manor again, which is over here. Yeah, they really keep pushing now. All the more reason to delay the calling for the rescue boat as much as possible. You have to have done something by then, because otherwise, yeah, you see that we're getting swarmed here, and it's all so close we can't really deal with all of these creatures. I believe this round we have to start with the priest because we need to see what we are getting there. Now if we're looting, we get to choose who we are moving, either this Devourer here or the Crawler, and I think I want to move the Devourer instead. I think this is good timing now. So with our first free action basically at that location, we are doing a loot action. And okay, it's another quest, the Pact. And this one seems possible actually, because to begin this quest, discard Crucifix or Holy Water. We have the Crucifix and we have given this to the priest. Not cheating here, fellas, I promise you. But what do we need to do? If you have at least 2 curse cards, you may complete this quest. Okay, the curse cards aren't terrible either. I mean, with the Crucifix, I could get rid of the curse cards, but I can get curse cards in the Heart of Darkness, actually. So this one is possible. I also get a curse if I'm failing at a ritual, as far as I remember. So we have now the 2 quests we need actually in order to basically win the game. It's not very likely, but at least we have a target. Because we looted, we are moving 1 creature that is closest to the protagonist 1 space. We are obviously choosing this fella. And now where can I move? I have full 5 movements left. 1, 2, 3, 4. If we would loot here, this fella would move and then we would be dead. So we can't do that. So, but we can't also go in here. Are you kidding me? Okay, that's now we are really in a deep problem. Can we somehow get rid of both of these fellas? And I think we can if we're moving through the tunnel. And I think I need to risk things now, because otherwise I'm really in deep problems. Let's do that actually, by the way. We are starting this quest as well by discarding the crucifix. Again, we can do that during our turn. Again, I think it's not really in action. Again, we have to risk things. Really hope I didn't miscount here, but then this was a lesson learned, right? So we're moving 1, 2, 3, and 4. Oh, maybe we get good actually. 4. Then we are looting here again, actually. So we are drawing another card, and that's radio parts. Great. I mean, yeah, we could discard this to whatever, do stuff. I think we can ignore the silence rule for once or so, for one time. Then we are moving this fella down here to the chapel. And then we still have one more movement left, actually. So we can move up here to the eastern gate. Okay, we could meet. So I think we are safe right now. For now, we are safe, at least with the priest. And now we have to use Vince's special ability, the opportunism, to move 1, 2 spaces here. This was only one action. There we are fighting that crawler here with, again, 3 dice. We are always using the pistol. And awesome. This was good enough. Cool. This crawler is out of here. And then we still have 3 more actions actually. So we could move to the priest from here and give him the ritual of banishment to get him prepared. But he still needs 2 curses. And this is the thing. In a multiplayer game, getting a curse would be easy. You're simply saying, hey, listen, and you're drawing these 2 curses. And that's something where you're getting penalized in the solo game because you cannot break the silence rule. That's a bit weird, actually. Maybe you should have removed that card from the solo game, because, yeah, in multiplayer it would be easy getting these curses. On the other hand, normally you don't want these curses, right? So, but what are we doing with our 3? We have 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we could do stuff. We could, in theory, also say, let's get rid of this fella. But I think we need to prepare stuff, actually. So, you know, I think we are moving 1 space to the tunnel, 2 to the ritual cavern, and 3 to the eastern gate. Unfortunately, talk and trade is an action, but we could use talk and trade to increase our combat by 1 due to our prayer. Okay, let's see. Now we are moving. This guardian is moving to us. This fella, no, let's do things in order. This guy, I think we can choose, and in this case, let's move this fella up here. It's really a pity that we have this event card in play. And yeah, we have this guy. He will also move up here, closer to us, to the lighthouse. Now the crawlers will move 1, 1, and 1. So we have to do something about those. And again, I don't really know what is awaiting us. There will be more creatures now coming out, right? So let's spawn twice, and okay, this is at the cave down there, but it's a normal crawler. And the second one is, that's a devourer, right? That's the devourer. And this also goes to the cave. Okay, that's an interesting round, I guess, because again, these 3 guys, they will all move towards us. Interesting. Yeah, I really need to think now, what are we trying to do? The main problem really is, these 2 will end the game, basically. So we have to move them off. All the others, I think, are manageable because right now they're only moving 1 space. Okay, maybe we can try something like talk and trade with the priest, so he gets his prayer. Then he rolls at least 2 dice, and then he can try to get rid of at least maybe 2 of these fellas here, for example. Then we can also hand over the ritual of banishment. Maybe that's a potential thing, because we could then use this one here, but we can't really use the ritual of banishment. We need 2 of them in order to win, right? So let's start with the priest. I will talk and trade in order to hand over the ritual banishment to the priest. We will now tap the prayer because we have talked and traded, and then I think we are trying to get rid of some folks down here. So we are moving one space down here to the cave. We are initiating combat. Now we are rolling 2 dice at least because again of our prayer. And two hits would be amazing. 1 is okay as well. The question now really is, what are we going to? I think the crawler is far enough away from the Heart of Darkness, so I'm not too worried about this one. So we're getting rid of this guy over here. And again, we get to choose. Then we still have 2 more actions left, and we have to leave the premises here for sure with the priest. Even though we think... yeah, I think for all the combats we could actually gain the +1. The thing is, with 2 more we can't really do an awful lot. So maybe we are moving here to the harbor with our remaining 2 points. 1 and 2. And then we have to see if we can find stuff also. This is really bad actually. really bad. But these were all of his actions. I think it was okay-ish because again the main part was to hand over the ritual to the priest. But what are we going to do from here? It's wins of course, and again we need to get rid of at least one of those because otherwise again we are toast. We will use our opportunism to move with our first action 1-2 spaces over here, right? That's the idea. Then it doesn't really matter too much. We are moving 1 more space to move to the old military complex, and then we are trying to kill this fella over here again with our pistol. So let's see. We are rolling 3 dice. And okay, I didn't see that one right away. So this guy is dead, which is cool. So we can hold on to our pistol. The problem is we are just 1 thing shy now, getting rid of this fella. But I think we are in, I mean, getting 1 hit. No, we are really getting 2 hits basically from both of them. So I think this is both not great. So I think what we need to do, maybe we can go to the village of course, but we can't loot there. And I think for wins we may no longer need to loot actually, but let's do that so to be safe. So 1 and 2, I think we are here in a good spot actually for the next rounds to come, and then we are moving creatures. I think we have a tie here, 1 and 2, 1 and 2, and I think they favor the ones who have moved before. Yes, I think that's the case. So they will move towards wins, which again is something where you can, or how you can game the game a little bit, adding to this whole puzzle aspect of this game, which I believe is really a good thing actually. This fella I guess we'll have to move to the chapel anyway, right? I think that's the shortest path to either of those. That's fine. This crawler will move into the Heart of Darkness. It will disappear. That's at least something, but we are increasing this to 7. Hooray. And this fella will move to the military complex, so we might get rid of this fella, and I think he has to move to the chapel here as well. So we are still alive. We are still alive. That's a good thing. But yeah, let's get into the next round. Let's draw our first card, and that's another one at the village, which is a crawler. But yeah, it's a crawler. But again, they don't do anything to us when they appear. Basically, that's something you can simply ignore. Second card is another event. Remains in play. Each time a player kills a creature, they place a creature of the same type at a location of their choice. Discard this when the darkness tracker increases. That's hilarious, because next time the darkness tracker increases, we are losing the game. So we will have that card with us for a while. Much is clear, but I think this is also could be worse actually. We can manage that with that actually. I think this is all right. This is all right. And then we have to think about what we are going to do. I guess we may have to start with the priest again. And who would be moved from here when we are looting? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I think we get to choose who we're moving. I think that's actually a good thing. That is really a good thing. On the other hand, if we're moving these, I think who we activated last, I think this should be him. So I guess we can game the game here again a little bit. So let's try that. So we are moving using this die to move up here to the old mine. Right, for a free action we are looting there, we are drawing a card, and it is a ritual. Okay, so in theory we can try to complete our thing. Indeed, Ritual of Roots. Kill one crawler or devourer at any one location. Getting rid of that, maybe we could get rid of the crawler over here. This might be the best thing, but we still have to move someone because we have loot, and I think we are still at our, we are still at our card hand limit. That's fine. We have 4 cards. Again, the 2 quests that we have played in front of us do not count. So we get to choose, and I think we are choosing this fella. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I'm relatively certain we can game the game here. If I'm wrong, let me know. So this was our movement and the loot action. Then I think we can actually cast both of our rituals. Yes. Problem is we might be dead by then because we are moving 1, 2. If we are not moving there, we could say we are simply rolling those dice at the location where we are. Here I think I'm okay. We are rolling 4 dice, but here I'm only rolling 2 dice. And if we are failing one of those, we're getting a curse, which could be also a good thing actually. But but then we have to do that at the old mine. Exactly, because if you are at the old mine and have successfully played at least 2 rituals this turn, you may complete this quest card. Exactly, we have to do that here. And I think because we are running out of time, let's do that here, right? And we are starting with this one here, with a more difficult one. So Ritual of Banishment, kill all creatures at one location containing any protagonist. So we will choose the village here, right? Why not? Again, his sanity is 3. We are subtracting, oops, you can't see that. We are subtracting 1. So we are rolling 2 dice. Awesome. Okay, we were successful. That is amazing. So this was a success and we are choosing this location. They are all dead here at this location. Nice. Then we are doing the same thing here actually with the Ritual of Roots. Now we are rolling 4 dice and see me fail now. We have 4 dice and we are looking... Oh gosh, this is so unbelievably bad. Oh boy, not sure if you can see this or not. So this is now basically good and bad because we are getting our curse. I mean, that's cool, but we have completely whiffed this one. So both of these cards are blade and outer here. So we need to find 2 more of them. I think this is ridiculous, right? These quests are really ultra difficult actually. So let's see what curse we get. And this seems to be Fear. You may only discard this card when a creature is killed at your location on another player's turn. Okay, yeah, that's something you can in theory manage, but again, we want to hold on to these curses, right? We need curses in order to fulfill the second quest. Yes, indeed. Yeah, for now we will hold on to our first curse. We could trade this curse actually to someone else, but yeah, why bother? And yeah, we have casted basically 2 we have 2 more actions left with Priest, and I don't really know what to do here because in the end I can't loot at the old mine again. There's nothing to do at the eastern gate. I think we are simply doing something like 1 and 2, right? I mean, I'm relatively certain we can pass here, but this was really this was our game. There was a chance before, but now there is no chance anymore. This was really a very weak roll. Epic fail. That's this clear. So now let's move over to Vince. Obviously, I'm not giving up. I'm spending 1 cube to move 1, 2 spaces over here with our opportunism card. Once per turn. If you have no more than 3 cards in total, move up to 2 spaces. That's what we did. Then we are initiating combat. Again, we will be using our trusted pistol, which allows us to roll 3 dice. And if we are failing this roll, then the game is over anyway. And ooh, we didn't fail. Okay, so this crawler is gone. So we are okay now. Monster control is really okay. We have 3 more actions. I could... No, I can't. If I move in here, actually, these guys, we could actually... Oh, one thing I forgot, actually. When we killed, we have to bring them out again, right? And does this also mean, we have this remains in play when he casted this spell? I think we have to do that. So one goes down here at the stranded ship, and another was also, I think another crawler goes maybe also to the stranded ship. But this is a problem. No, let's bring them to the lighthouse, actually. Both of them, maybe. Or maybe to the cave. Let's put them to the cave, actually. That is fine. Because down here at the stranded ship, they could still try to make it through the southern gate. And then we would be also losing our final darkness point. Exactly. So I called that. Okay, that's good. So now I have to think, should I move 1, 2, 3 spaces here? Loot there. The same problem, actually. Or should I try to maybe get rid of one of those guys over here? Or we could move down here. 1, 2, 3 to the old manor. I think here we can really survive. This is good. So we are spending our 3, 1, 2, 3 to move to the old manor. And here we will loot, actually. And that's Ritual of Command, which we can use on the Guardian. Not bad. And again, it's one thing we can hand over to the priest, actually. Okay, still it did help us in the end, but we have to move one now. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. I think we have to move this fella over here to the swamp, which I think is okay as well. But these were all of our actions now. Oof. They're now moving, and here they're moving to the closest protagonist, right? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. No, I think they're both moving over here, actually. This guy is moving over here. Oh, wait a second. He was here, right? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. No, he's moving over here for sure. These guys will move to the chapel, and this guy will move to the southern tunnel. Oof. Okay. Let's spawn some more again. I will keep playing now. We will put... Okay, someone comes directly here to the old man. And now it seems it's really only crawlers because the game wants to finish, basically, right? From a difficulty perspective. And one goes to the cave, which I think is also all right over here. So no, I think right now we are doing okay-ish in respect to these creatures, at least. Now we start with wins. And I think we are moving over here with his first action, and we will initiate combat with our pistol. And again, it's the same thing, right? If we are failing here, we are basically toast. No, we didn't. Okay, this crawler is out of here. Nice. So we moved and we initiated combat, exactly. We have 3 more actions left. Then we are moving back down to the old manor, and we will initiate combat again against this fella. Here it doesn't really matter too much, but obviously I want to loot. I still can loot here, that's not a problem, but yeah, ideally I kill it. And again we will use our pistol, of course. And oh gosh. Okay, we failed. Our pistol is gone. That was really terrible. Okay, I think if I loot here now, I get a sanity hit. Actually, I don't think so, because the sanity hit is something that would happen at phase 3, basically when we're advancing all the creatures, not during the normal movement. So the crawler will still move out of the space and we are not taking any immediate hit. The thing still is, if we do that, this creature will move to the southern tunnel, and then during the advanced phase it will enter the Heart of Darkness and we will lose the game. So with our last action we have to move away, and I guess we are moving down here to the southern gate for now. That was lame. Over here we are at the terrible situation because the priest is all alone, right? So we could move 1, initiate combat, hopefully win. That would be 2. Then we're moving down here for 3. We are looting for 3. Then one of these fellas is moving. And then we could still move. So I think that's also possible. Actually, and again, I think the game is over anyway relatively soon now, so I guess we have to try that now. So we are moving. Looting now would basically kill us, because if we lose, this guy will move to our space and we would be dead, because we only have 1 strength point. So far none of our protagonists have been wounded, but I think that's a bad thing anyway. So we are spending 1 to move down here. We are spending the second one to initiate combat. We are only rolling 1 die. If we are now failing, I think there is not an awful lot we can do, actually. So let's see. And we are failing. Okay, so we have 3 more actions left. With 3 more actions, okay, we could still move out of here. 1, 2, and 3. Or we can move 1, 2, 3. No, that's the way. Okay, we can still survive. So we are moving 3 spaces, 1, 2, 3 to the lighthouse. Maybe that's a good thing because we still have the ritual of command which we can hand over to the priest, but oof, I don't really think it's going to happen actually. But that's basically the end of the round. Things are really looking grim now. Let's move again. These guys will move down here. This guy will have to move down here, I believe. They will move to the swamp. They will move to the chapel. This will move to the southern tunnel. And I think that's it. We have not taken any hits. That's at least a small relief, right? Let's spawn. Again, someone goes to the old manor. Basically over here, which in theory is manageable, but it's getting there are too many right now. And the second one is another one at the cave over here, which I still think might be okay as well. But yeah, I mean, they're really coming down now, and it's so bad. When I had the chance getting rid of the Guardian, I should have done so, because the next round we were drawing this card here. And this was really terrible. Did I forget this event up there? Did I kill? I think I did kill one, right? So one more should have been somewhere I get to choose. And I think I would have placed this fella, I guess, in the old mine or at the cave. So I think we would have another one in here because I would have placed him here. I think so. If I forgot, then apologies for that. But I don't really think we have a chance here. I mean, what am I going to do, right? Moving 1, 2 spaces here with Vince, getting rid of this. That's basically the minimum we have to do. Then we can do stuff here. They will be moving. Gosh, again, we are not making progress. That's the main problem. We could, though, if we're moving Vince down, loot, we might have a chance. No, we don't have the pistol anymore. I'm relatively certain we are not going to inflict enough damage here. We have the ritual of command though, which would allow us to move this back, but then the ritual is gone too, right? I mean, what's the point? But I guess I want to make some progress. So we are starting with the priest. We are moving 1 and 2 over here. There we are trying to fight. We are initiating combat with 1 die. I think it's still enough. Yes, indeed. Awesome. Okay, you're a star, man. This was amazing. Right, then this was here, right? 1, 2, initiating combat, exactly. Then we're moving 1 more space into the Heart of Darkness. There we will draw another curse. This seems to be an interesting one, Despair. During a solo game, that's what we're looking at. You only need to use a token trade action on this protagonist to discard this card. But we don't want to discard this card, right? We want to hold on to 2 curses, which now means we have completed this quest here. That is great, and we do have tokens for that actually, so we can put an unlock token on this quest and we get a benefit for that. When you roll dice, you may re-roll all misses, and for each time you do so, you gain a curse card. It's a pact. It's a dark pact in Eldritch Horror. We all know and love it. It works pretty similar here, it seems, but I like it. This is really great, but keep in mind the 4th quest card will also kill our character, and then we will also lose the game. But that wasn't terrible, actually. Of course, again, I forget that we have to respawn that, and again they go to the, maybe now this time to the northern tunnel actually, just to get stuff. Or maybe we should pile them up. No, let's not pile them up. Let's not pile them up. That's lovely, that's lovely. But we have 1 more action left, and I think, yeah, we have to move out of here because otherwise these guys will move in here and then we are dead either way, right? Cool stuff. Okay, that was nice. We need 1 more, and basically only 1 more ritual. Oof, okay. The game is teasing me. I'm pretty sure I have forgot something or cheated like crazy, but I feel the tension now. Cool, so maybe we can do 1 and 2. I think we have to do that now. So we are moving. Problem is, if we are looting here, these guys will move, right? And we are not in a position to kill off 2. But for now, let's try that anyway, right? We will use our... No, we don't need the opportunism, actually. We only need to move 1 space here to the old manor. We will initiate combat, unfortunately, with only 2 dice now. So let's see. Of course, we are failing. Oh, gosh. Do I have enough movement now to move? I think I can move out. We can move to the village, actually. I think this is fine. So we are now using our opportunism to move with 1 1, 2 spaces here to the swamp. We will initiate combat again. We will be rolling 2 dice and 1 is dead. And we need to respawn it. I keep forgetting that. So we are spawning this at the northern tunnel as well, right? Cool. Cool, cool. Then with our last action, we are moving to the village. And from there, we could then maybe loot next round. Well, let's see. Oh man, this one roll up here, we could have won by now. We only need to move to the harbor now. Then we would be able to move to the harbor, right? We are moving. And who did move first? So I think this guy will move in here. Yes. This guy will move in here and this guy will move in here. So we have moved all the normal folks. Then these guys, 1, 1, 1, 1 and 1 space respectively. I think, yeah, we still didn't get a hit. Nice. So let's spawn some more. But the problem really is northern gate, which I guess, okay, I think now we have to bring out the last enemy. Oh, that's interesting. We are out of monster miniatures or standees basically, so we can ignore those. That's where the rules are specific. If there's nothing out, there's nothing more to spawn, so we are not losing whatever darkness instead or so. So here the game gives us a break at least. So that wasn't not terrible, I don't know, but of course here we have the problem, right? So what I need to do now, and okay, no, I see the problem. So we have the opportunism back. I could loot here, get 1 folk up, whoever this is, I think one of those, and get a hit. That is fine. The problem is, as we have 2 folks in here, it's very unlikely we are getting rid of them. So we could do maybe move to the old manor again, but for the old manor, which would mean this guy. So I think we have to, yeah, that's what we need to do. We need to start with Vince. That much is clear. So we are spending 2, and I'm not going to spam the ritual of command in order to whatever buy us time, because they will keep coming back. I think we now need to rush this. So no, we only need to spend 1 movement with the opportunism, which allows us to move here to the southern tunnel, right? There we will initiate combat. We will be rolling 2 dice. Okay, yeah, we only killed 1. So we have a chance, but it's still not good enough. And then, yeah, we have 3 more actions left. So it's basically down to the priest. We could talk and trade, then he would be rolling 2 dice, but then we are not getting anything done actually. But I think that's what we need to. Originally I was really planning on going 1, 2, 3 to the stranded ship, loot here and draw one of those guys down and hope for the best. I think that's we can't do that. But if I'm moving through this space, we are getting a curse. Maybe that's not too bad actually. Maybe that's not too bad. Yeah, I think we have to do that. So we are spending 2 to move 1, 2 spaces. We are drawing, a curse card. You may only discard it if you loot 2 locations this round. Yeah, I think that's no longer going to happen, but I think that is still all right. And with the last action, again, I don't know if we can pass actually, but I think we can pass, right? We will simply not use the last cube. We want to stay here because otherwise priest is out of here. So then we are moving to the priest. He will talk and trade with his first action, which means we are activating the prayer. Oh, then we get a 3rd curse card. I don't care. Then we are spending 2 more actions to move 1, 2 spaces here. We get a 3rd curse card, Despair. Doing solo game, we already know that one. We are rolling 2 dice at this location because of our prayer. And okay. We are still standing, and then we still have 2 more actions. And now we could, no, if we're going here and loot. Oh no, doing the trade, I also, like, of course, given the way. No, we can't, because with the curse, we are now at our hand limit. We have to already discard the radio parts. Okay, that's terrible. But in fact, we can also get rid of the prayer. I think personal items you can voluntarily discard at least. That's then they're removed from the game, basically. But I think that's how we need to do that now. So we are discarded. It's the end of the turn. I think, yeah, I'm not really Oh, I still have actions left, right? I still have actions left. Yeah, I only have one more action left, I believe, right? We talked and traded, I moved, then I initiated combat. Yeah, that's 4 actions in total. So with the final one, yeah, I think we have to move down here to the old manor. And then we have to discard stuff. So the prayer and the radio parts are out of here. Now all we have are 3 curses and the ritual of command. I still think I can get rid of one of the... Oh, maybe I could have... I think I could have gotten rid of the despair card when we talked and trade, because at that point in time I already completed the quest actually. You only need to use a talk and trade action on this protagonist to discard the card. I think that was legal actually. So the curse is gone, which means I can hold on to my prayer now instead. Yeah, I think so. I think I'm not cheating him. I really hope so. Let's move. They will move. They will move. This guy will move, this guy will move down here, then these guys will move, these guys will move, and this guy will move. I mean, look at this. There is really nothing to gain here, right? I mean, yeah, let's finish this. Let's keep going. We will spawn. Wait a second. Did I get rid of stuff again? Because I have 2 more here. I think these should be here. I keep forgetting that. If we get rid of those, they should be respawning. So they respawn, and then after the respawn, they should have moved. Or they're here at the old mine. They're now at the eastern gate. Exactly. Apologies for that. But still, we are out of cards, which means the only thing we are worrying about are events. And yeah, we are not seeing any more events at this point in time, which I'm not too unhappy about actually. But now I think we are really running out of options. I mean, we have to get rid of those. That's the first thing. So, which means we have to start with wins. I think he can still take curses. That's not a problem. So he's spending 1, using his opportunism, moving again through the Heart of Darkness here. We're getting another curse card. Oh, there are more than this. No, I put 1 on top of the deck. That was wrong, of course. So this goes to our hand. So we have the despair card. Then we are initiating combat. We are rolling 2 dice, no hits. We have lost the game. Okay, we can stop here because again, these guys will move in here anyway. And that is so annoying. Of course, I could have used my ritual of command, but this was there to basically have me win the game, right? So maybe let's look at our options here. So I think I would have moved the priest down here with his turn. We would have drawn another. Here's the dynamite. Are you kidding me? We needed this for the other quest we discarded. So this card didn't even help us. Kill all creatures at your location. That's nice. Then all Devourers and Guardians advance 1 space towards you. So they're drawn to you. But I think with that, we wouldn't have won anyway. So it's definitely game over now. It was a rather nasty last episode. I think the whole playthrough was a little bit messy. I mean, I keep doing goofs. Anyway, during my playthroughs here, was doing a little bit more goofs than normal. But again, that's more or less because I haven't played this game before. And I think it's not in respect to the rules, because when you start playing, there are again 1 or 2 things which are not 100% clear, but I think the rules are okay as they are. It's not ideally structured, but usually you'll find, I think, 98% of the stuff you need to find. I'm relatively certain that I have missed various rules. Respawning was a mess this episode because of this event card up here. And I think one of my biggest mistakes was to not kill the Guardian, or try to kill the Guardian when I had the chance. And I think calling the lifeboat or the rescue boat too early was also a problem. If I would have waited, and maybe again, if I would have done that with 1 completed quest, I would have more space on the board. At least that's how I think, and then I might have a chance. So I think overall the game is beatable, also at solo play. So everything that went wrong is due to my either poor dice rolling skills or my poor decisions. I think it's more the poor decisions and the dice roll skills, and most of the times the dice were okay. There were 2 critical rolls, so this one up here was really terrible. The 4 dice I whiffed, that was really brutal, but also hilarious. I mean, this is what makes these kind of games fun in the end, right? These I don't know, Hail Marys. You are hoping for one success in order to make it. Anyway, I really hope you enjoyed my little playthrough of In the Heart of Darkness. Let me know what you think. And again, there is a full-fledged campaign, actually 2 campaigns that you can play with the game with more narratives around it. Again, there are some carryover effects from what I understood. So really a lot to explore in this relatively small scale game. And yeah, check it out and hope you enjoyed it. Hope to see you soon in one of my other videos. And yeah, until then, bye bye.